Okay. Sir, there's a GC right there, Cliff.
Go.
It's piers. They got concrete piers and wood piers.
Yes,
Got
sir.
the checklist. Check out the checklist. We got it for everything we need.
Yes, sir.
All right, you forget some things sometimes. So this is going to outline, make sure you hit every single thing. What's the foundation, plumbing, electric, painting, flooring, everything. So you don't miss anything.
Okay.
You want to make sure you get all your checks.
Okay. I want to introduce you guys to Cliff Hunter. Cliff is a world-renowned flipper. He actually flips. He's also a GC as well. He's a good contractor. When it comes to all of our renovations, all over the nation, you'll talk to this guy right here. My whole thing is, one thing I hear a lot of the times when it comes to anybody in real estate is, I don't have the money or the credit or the time or the intellectual property. And I said, oh, okay, no problem. I have the money, have the credit, have the relationships. I'll teach you how to locate a good deal, right? Buy below wholesale.
I love that.
And once I teach you that, right, I'll bring me the deal. I help you underwrite the deal, which is fine. I'll even fund the transaction for you as well. So there's no excuses on the table at all. That's why we call that the cash flow club, period. So so what happens is, people always ask me all the time, LaDale, can you train me? Well, I don't have the time to do that. But what if I set up a platform for it to where you get on-demand training? Anytime you want to, because the training you may need may be after you get off work, early in the morning, during the day. You just log into your account and get the same training as if I'm sitting there one-on-one. We're talking about our attorneys, our general contractors, our appraisers, as well as me, talking about how to structure your business, how to put together what they call a power team. A power team is very important. How to put a deal together, right, and buy it at the right price point. How to market. That's one technique that people don't understand. That you can actually get a list of properties that from your city for free.
Whoa. So walk me through that. Like, you can physically get buildings or homes or properties available for free? Yeah,
I'll send you guys the bill in the mail. It's real simple. What you can do is you can actually call down to your city and ask for the violations division. What happens is you say, hey, I want to see what homes in our city actually have violations. What are violations? High grass, no paint, vacant. You have boards on there. Those are actually violations that the city, or citation that the city has actually levied against that property. They'll give you that list for free. It may be a little bit of a fee, maybe $100.
Sure.
But it is what it is. Then what you do is you actually you can contact those sellers of those properties one-on-one.
Wow, and that's how you make your money. That's one way. That's one way.
If you'd like to learn how successful real estate investors make money when they acquire real estate and not when they sell it, click on the link below, swipe up, DM me the word real estate to download our free ebook, Distressed Property Investing. The blueprint is in the ebook. Stay blessed. I'll let your partner and download the ebook today. What's good, baby? It's your boy Dale. I'm back in the saddle again. Our motto is to buy, build. We already bought it already, so we already own it, free and clear. Refinance to long-term debt, cash flow. That is the motto. Cliff, man, is that a pretty strong motto, man? What do you think?
Man, the model is strong. Like, you're getting each piece of the invest, right?
What it do, baby? It's your partner Dale back in the Saturday game for another edition of the Investors Edge podcast, which is formerly known as Real Estate Friday Live, guys. Good to see you guys. Hope you guys had a wonderful week. I know your partner did, man. If you could, what's up to you guys on Instagram and TikTok? Good to see you guys, but we got everything kind of ironed out. This is gonna be a good one for you guys today. If you could, guys, do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe.
depending on what platform that you're actually on, guys. And if there's a little bit of a bell there, guys, click on that thing, man. So when we become live, you can kick it with Cliff now. Now Cliff is at a wedding. So Cliff is in Louisiana at a wedding. He had like 3 weddings in 2 weeks. I'm sorry, 2 weddings in 3 weeks. My bad. But it's just your partner. It's all good. We're gonna keep getting it in. Today's gonna be a good topic for you guys. Man, get your pens and pads out today, baby. Today, guys, here's our topics for the day. Number 1, guys, is there a foreclosure bloodbath? I actually said it. Yes, man. 40,000 foreclosures, guys. Let me say it again with my chest. 40,000 foreclosures. That's a lot of foreclosures, guys, man. And you actually have a lot of sellers, I believe, in delusional land that cannot sell their property. Some serious concessions are going on at the table, guys, but the market is still stagnant. I wonder why. You probably got the answer for that for today, guys. And also, guys, we're going to revisit a previous discussion about creative financing. We're going to look at traditional ways of acquiring and creative ways. We're going to really specifically talk about one way leads to own, which I believe is the new pathway to home ownership. Let me say it again for the folk in the back row. I believe that lease to own or lease purchases are the new pathway that's best for the seller and the buyer, depending on the context. All right, guys. Well, guys, let's dive into the first topic for today, guys. Let me see this. Sorry. Man, 40,000 homes foreclosed on. It's a lot of homes, y'all. A lot of homes, baby. What's rising foreclosure activity could mean for investors? Now, there's 2 ways you can look at this situation. Look at it as a crisis in some form of fashion. You could say it is by the definition, or you can look at it as an opportunity. So let's dive into it real fast. Let's bring in our partners from the PBD podcast, Patrick and David, them guys. They're going to talk about what's going down with this real quickly here, man. And I like what they were talking about on this. I think that this is a good topic to talk about. And let's see what they're saying, guys. And we kind of go from there, all right? Let's get it in for the folk in the back. Let me get it right. Let me get it right, y'all. Hold on one second. Boom. Let's get in. Let's go.
Foreclosures bloodbath deepens as banks seize 40,000 homes in just 1 month, and the pain is only beginning. 40,000 in 1 month. Let's see what Tom's got to say about this. With the number of Americans losing their homes to banks rising for an 11th straight month, it's clear the housing crisis is getting worse rather than better. U.S. foreclosure activity jumped again in January 2026 with a total of 40,534 properties facing foreclosure filings, a 32% increase from the same time last year. Foreclosure filing cover every stage of the process, from the moment a lender issued a legal warning to the point a home is formally seized after missed mortgage payments. While the total was slightly lower than December, January still marked the 11th straight month a rising year-over-year foreclosure activity. A clear sign the pressure is building, not easing. He said foreclosure rising across the board, said Rob Barber, CEO of Adam. He said foreclosure starts when lenders formally begin the process of taking back a home are up 26%, while completed repos have surged nearly 59%. Tom.
Now, guys, Tom is going to break down here in a second the process of foreclosing, okay? Foreclosing doesn't happen in a second. There's a process. So pay attention to the process. We're going to unpack it, and I'll show you at the end of this little short diatribe that Tom's going to do on how to kind of stop that a little bit, too. It's a little secret, so get your pen and pads. Here we go. Let's get it.
So I've been talking about this year that this K-shaped economy we're in and what's happening with the consumer. When I talk about 1.26, we're almost at 1.3 trillion of credit card debt. That is stress on the consumer. That means he can't pay for other things. And when core things have not come back down, remember, inflation rate is now moderated. It's not rising anymore, but the prices from yesteryear are still very high in baskets of goods for the consumer. So now the consumer is coming to the point, especially those, remember, this is repossessions of homes. This isn't renters. These are homeowners.
Correct.
Homeowners that can no longer pay the mortgage, and you look year over year, the foreclosures are up. Foreclosure is like the final late notice.
Correct.
Vinny, you're 30 days late. You're 60 days late. You're 90 days late. Vinny, we're officially in foreclosure. We're foreclosing. In other words, we're going to shut down your mortgage. Then what happens to repossession? The repossession is up almost 60%. This is a sign of deep stress in the lowest, in the lower, and if you dive into these numbers, Pat, it's actually happening to the lower half of the middle class. And the lower half of the middle class are the wage earners that have less savings and less margin for error, less ability to get through a stress, and that's what's happening right now. You've got the lower half, Pat, is under deep stress, and remember, these are trailing stats. It takes, in some states, almost 6 months to complete a repo. So that means, Pat, these consumers have been under the stress for 6 months from miss 1, miss 2, miss 3, foreclosure, and then repo. The stress is building.
Is there any fixing it, Tommy? Like what can
you need
patterns I want to see is what areas this is impacting.
Listen to these areas, guys.
Is it because whenever you get numbers like this, you want to make sure you see where it is.
That's right.
So I just looked it up right now. Top 10 areas most affected by foreclosures. Okay, worst state is Delaware.
Wow,
1,612 units.
Wow.
Second, by the way, who the hell would have thought Delaware? What is Delaware's population?
Good Lord.
If it's 1,612 units, and it's Delaware's population is what? Where is Delaware in population? Period. 1 million.
This
people.
is like from.
So what is the state with the least amount of population? What is the state with the least amount of people living
I thought it was
there?
North Dakota.
Somewhere in the freezing.
Can you ask it?
Northern
State
Midwest.
with least amount of population.
Wherever it is, it's cold.
Montana.
But the point is,
Wyoming.
Been there, lived there.
Go back to see who else is after Wyoming, Rob. Go a little bit lower, show more.
Yep.
Who's after Wyoming?
Vermont and Alaska.
Vermont.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Delaware has
Basically,
to be
when
top
it's
5.
cold and north, nobody wants to be there.
But
What's
to
up,
be
Mario?
number
Mario? What's
one,
going on, Mario?
and
My
you're
dude
one of the
Mario.
smallest
What's up,
states, that means this is Delaware.
Okay.
Then you got Nevada. So Delaware was 1 per 1,612 units.
Yep.
Nevada is 1 per 1,983 units.
Yep.
Florida's 1 per 2,000. Then it goes to South Carolina. Then it goes Maryland.
Yep.
And then, these are the ones that are most affected.
Correct.
Metro area, like if we go specific metro, not
I love
state.
these specifics. I love these
Trenton, Jersey is number 1. Punta Gorda is Florida. Florida is number 2.
That's Jacksonville.
Fayette, how do you pronounce it? Fayetteville, North Carolina is number 3.
Yep.
Then you got Lakeland, Florida, Vallejo, California.
Yep.
Areas least affected. Okay. Dakota, Montana, North Dakota, Wisconsin, Kansas, Vermont's all the way at the top, very low foreclosures.
Yep.
West Virginia, Alaska, Rhode Island, Nebraska. So what this means is places that are being affected are, we're learning some of the states that are being affected by this. When California.
So guys, come to me for a brief second, guys. So, guys, if you look at this, I'm glad that they were very specific in the states. I'm very glad about that because you can kind of see where the problem is actually is having. I don't want to get into blue or red states, none of that at all. I'm going to look at what's going on, understand the process of foreclosing. It didn't happen overnight. It's depending on the state. It could be, and county, I would say, it could be a 60, 90-day time frame. In some areas, it's 2-3 years. Okay, 2-3 years. And so they're talking about, these facts are about active foreclosure. That means it went through your 30 days, like 60 days late, pre-foreclosure. We're going to call your loan, then foreclosure, and then they actually foreclose on the property and it's sold on the county steps, right? That's a process, right? It's a process. Now, there's a way for you to kind of stop that, is to be in regular discussion with the bank. I see you. What's up with you, Chuck? I see you, Chuck. What's up, Chuck, baby? I see you, big dog. Yes, sir. My man John here. What's up, John? This is the guys that are on Instagram, and my man Mario. What's up, y'all? But this is really what's going down, guys. This is a problem. This is a problem. Now, there's two ways to look at this. You can look at it as woe is me, the earth is ending, this is terrible, or look at it as an opportunity. Notice if someone cannot pay for their mortgage, right? And it's going to foreclosure, right? Look at the variable. It's going into foreclosure. Someone cannot pay that mortgage. There's a problem there. What's a solution to that problem? You actually have it. You can literally catch the property up, guys, the rears, right? If you have some cash, over the partner, right? That's cash, right? Or access to capital. Catch it up to arrears, guys. You can take up loans with the property via subject to. There was subject to investing, man. Question we got from Brian. He says, Chuck, are we entering a market correction? Yes, we are. This is a market correction. It's here. And I think we're at the beginning. We're not at the end. The rates are going to continue to go up. They're going to try to hold it as long as possible, right? But they're going to go up. There's no doubt about this. Just keep it 1,000 with you guys. You're going to have to do a couple things. Here is now they're going to try to inflate the debt away through what they call money MMT. God, my way blank. There's a term, and it's called MMT, but it's going to try to inflate the debt away. This is the reason why when Trump got in office, he did that whole stable act, the stable coin thing, guys. Now I'm gonna try to find the video, but stable coin, guys. Now what's stable coins? Stable coin is digitizing of the dollar. And what they were trying to do is Trump is trying to remove the burden of paying back the debt from the U.S. citizens to other countries. They were doing this before via T-bills and bonds by countries buying our debt, right? But what's happening is Trump is trying to digitize the dollar, and also Biden did too, right? Through FedNow. But Trump accelerated that thing with the stable coin. That actually passed the House and Senate. He signed into law. Also, the Clarity Act is about to get signed into law by the Senate as well also. Therefore, deregulating the banking arena, right? Now, by doing this way, guys, what actually happens? Very simple. The government believes it's modern monetary theory, MMT. That's what it is. Thank you, Holy Ghost. And what they're trying to do is they're going to use MMT, modern monetary theory, to be able to pass on the responsibility of the debt to other countries, because they're going to tokenize the debt of America. Basically, each token, each stablecoin has to be attached to a dollar, hence the debt. Right? They're going to force the entire financial system onto a digital platform, which is the system they want that. To what now what happens is, in order for countries to be able to buy debt, they have to what? Buy the stablecoin. That's all they're doing. If they do that, how can I say this, guys? You have inflation, deflation is coming. It won't happen immediately. It will happen over time. But we're there. Because look at the math, guys. We're taking in $5.4 trillion in tax revenue and paying out $7.1 to $7.3 trillion, right, in payments. That's unsustainable. And $39 trillion of debt that they say we have, that's a lie. It's actually over $200 trillion, because Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security are not in that figure of $39 trillion. It's not there. So I'm not saying this to get you scared or afraid, but we're at a market correction now. I believe in the next 3, 5, 10 years, right? This is going to be the largest transfer of wealth in America's history. And I think a lot of that wealth is going to come via real estate and businesses. Okay, the buying of businesses. You see a lot of private equity buying up boring businesses, like I am too, guys. That's what's really going on here. My man Brian said, should people buy primary residences now or should they wait? It depends on if you are open to paying a higher monthly payment. I believe a better strategy right now, in my opinion, is to lease to own. I'll do a lease to own, lease purchase, because that solves the problem for the seller and the tenant and or buyer. The market's very stagnant right now. And if the market's stagnant right now, I don't think it's wise for me to borrow at 6.25%, with a paper. So what you can do is you can do a lease to own, 24, 36 months, see where the market is going, right? Negotiate a price point up front, right? On the lease. And then what you can typically do is at the end, you can refinance to long-term debt, or here's a little bit of a pivot, ask the seller to become your bank for you and seller finance the property out. We're gonna talk about that here in a little bit, y'all. Yeah. Lease to own. And guys, follow Brian Adamson official, guys. If you're on Instagram, guys, he is a wealth of knowledge. He just say he's a wise man. If you need help finding the purpose to profits, man, go to his masterclass, guys. He'll answer the question for you. It's real simple. But guys, that's a little bit of what that is. All right, guys. So let's go to the next topic real fast, guys. This is pretty fun for me. All right, so here we go. Our next topic for today, guys, is going to be, let me get rid of my PPD real fast. There is a lot of buyers right now that cannot sell. They can't sell their house. Sellers are facing longer selling times and larger concessions or deductions at the closing table. That is going on now. Yes, it is. This is the reason why I am saying that a lease to own scenario is the best option. And I'll go into a little bit more detail about that in the next segment. Okay. But let's bring in real quickly, I guess, from Reventure app real quickly. I'm sorry, forgive me. Let's go to Fox Business real fast. They actually did a segment on this, which made total sense. I thought it'd be wise for me to come in and do this, guys, real quick. Here is Fox News. Real quickly here. Boom, there we go. Fox News, and they did a really good segment on this. I thought it'd be wise to be able to see what they had to say. All right, let's get it in. Here we go.
If you're struggling to sell your house right now, just know you're not alone. Google searches for can't sell house have reached a new record, and they're now higher than they were back during the 2008 housing crisis. High home prices and mortgage rates have kept a lot of potential buyers on the sideline. All right, so fine. Marcus, a lot of people are searching this phrase. Does it tell you that the housing market is as bad as it has been over these past many years, or are you seeing signs of life? Don't worry about the search results.
It's not a rate issue in my mind. It's an issue of if I sell my house, how buried am I in it based on my mortgage? Am I going to be able to pull out enough equity, and am I going to be able to move somewhere else? And am I going to have enough equity to close on somewhere else? And you hear people all the time say, I can't sell my house now, even though I'd make a couple $100 grand, because I don't know where I would go. I don't know what I could afford. I think the gridlock is a function of where do I go? 1, 2, what is my mortgage? 3, do I have a delusion, I think as Dagan was saying, around the elasticity curve? And if I just drop my price, would I sell it? Some people can't afford to drop their price.
But can't sell my house tell you that if you're thinking about going from one to the other, can't sell my house searches means there's more and more people out there who would like to sell their house, right?
Yes.
I mean, and that's an increase in supply that should have, from a buyer's perspective, a positive effect on price.
But they're delusional about price. You can always sell your house. There's going to be somebody out there who would buy it, but you've got to drop the price until you can move it. If you're in an emergency situation where you have to dump it and get out of it, or if your lifestyle has changed for whatever reason, you can always sell it. So I get a little frustrated by this can't sell my house, because it's like, what does that mean?
It means won't sell my house.
It means won't sell my house, or can't get the price that I want from it
go.
for it, which seems sort of silly to me.
Right now, guys, you have a lot of sellers that, in my opinion, are delusional. They're delusional right now. They want a certain price point for the house. And unfortunately, a house is only worth what someone would pay for it. Now, you can get an appraisal or a CMA, which is fine, but it comes down to what does the buyer want to pay for your house? It could be under the appraisal value, under the sales price, or above the appraisal value and sales price. This is a buyer's market, 1,000%. That's good for the investor because we get to what? Shop for deals. I'm seeing concession guys between 7 and 10%. I'm gonna say it again. I'm seeing concessions at the table between 7 and 10%. I'm seeing new construction builders give properties away. I told the story before. I said to people again, my aunt bought their new construction property, guys, with an FHA product for $0 down. They gave her the property. She put down some earnest money, which was fine. And the concessions kept coming in and coming in and coming in and coming in. And at the closing table, they got all the appliances in the house, all the appliances, right? Great rate. And at the closing table, they gave them their earnest money back. So they had $0 in the deal. I'm just saying, guys, the deals are out there for those that are looking for deals. I would say look for assumption deals. In other words, you can assume the mortgage. That's another discussion. But I'm gonna probably walk through the assumption process next week. There's a different way to assume a mortgage, and it's a lot easier, in my opinion, than going through the traditional route. I'm gonna dive into that bag next week, guys. Not just next week, all right? But that's it, guys. People right now, in my opinion, are delusional. They're delusional. Hey, guys, is what it is. Now, that's all good. Now, let's talk about another topic. This is going to be our Protect the Bag series, guys. All right. It's the segment that I actually love, guys. Look at this. Our Protect the Bag series, guys. Our segment. Here we go. Let one hustle. Guys, it's our Protect the Bag series, guys. We're going to talk about creative financing versus traditional financing. I talked about this in a past The Investor's Edge podcast, but I want to go a little bit deeper here, specifically on the lease to own scenario. On this segment, get your pens and pads out. If you really want to learn how to succeed right now in real estate, right? This is a segment that you want to write this down. Okay? Real simple, guys. All right, let's bring in my mans in them, Chris Kuhn. He's one of the GOATs in my opinion. I got a Mount Rushmore of real estate investors. He on there. It's my dude, man. He actually makes the lion's share of his money, guys, off of lease to own, guys. Yep. Let's dive into it. Here we go. Let's get into it.
With everything happening in the world economy, I know a lot of you are asking if they should even bother with real estate anymore. Listen, home prices are sitting around $357,000 on average. Mortgage rates are hovering between 6 and 7%, nowhere near the 3% that we just saw a few years ago. And honestly, most people can't afford to even buy a home, the one that they really want to. One shot, not a future before. Let's go. In this video, I'm going to be giving you the frank truth about what's happening in the market right now. I'm going to show you actual numbers and the real problems that people are facing. But here's the thing. I'm still buying real estate and I'm not stupid. So how am I doing it? Why is it making more sense in these conditions than in the old ones? And why am I still making serious money?
Yeah.
Because I found a way that actually works in this market. I've adapted to some new strategies and I'll share some of those too. By the way, today I'm giving you 4 facts that will help you understand why traditional buying model is broken. And I'm going to show you the exact strategy that lets me keep winning.
Yeah.
And if you want a full breakdown, I've basically put all of it into a free download. I love making these infographics where I take all of the knowledge of the video, drop it into a single image that basically tells you the whole story. So if you like today's video, click below, grab it. That's gonna equip and weaponize you in your financial arsenal to be dangerous and to win. All right, fact number one, the affordability crisis is very real. Let's look at the math. A median home that costs $357,000, putting a 20% down payment on a 6.4% mortgage rate, it's going to give you a monthly payment of $2,100. That's before taxes, insurance, and maintenance. Probably going to be closer to $2,500. Now, most first-time buyers, they're just trying to figure out how to come up with that payment. Because if you're making $50,000 or $70,000 a year, the math isn't there. It just doesn't work. It's not affordable. The income required to afford a median-priced home now exceeds what most Americans are actually earning. And this is what kills me. They keep saying, oh, the market will correct. Just wait. But people can't wait.
Correct.
Life happens. They need somewhere to live now. So they either just rent forever or they stretch themselves too thin and then they risk ruining their financial future. Fact number two, why the traditional strategy is actually broken. There's an old playbook and it was simple. You buy a house with a 30-year mortgage, you rent it out with today's market rates, and then you wait for appreciation. And maybe you get $200 or $300 a month in positive cash flow if you're lucky. But then you've got to take it into account the mortgages, the repairs, the taxes, the property management. And so it kills the game, the money that you could make, and we crash out. So then what happens? Well, your tenant leaves. And then you've got a couple months of vacancy. And all of a sudden that $300 of profit you were getting turns into a few $1,000s that needed to go out the door.
Correct.
And it's like, man, every time I think I just start getting ahead, there's an experience and it pulls, an expense and it pulls me back. So there goes another year's worth of profits and you're still responsible for the repairs and the management and it just isn't working. The math just doesn't work anymore. Interest rates, they're too high. Home prices, they're too high. Rents have not kept up. They have not gone up. And frankly, you would probably need 17 to 25 properties to replace a $65,000 a year annual income the traditional way. Fact number three, the strategy that still works right now in this economy is called a lease option.
Told you.
And here's where I'm still making crazy money. I know it sounds like another guru thing, but hear me out. This is actually honest math. With a lease option, you find someone who wants to own but can't qualify for a traditional mortgage right now, especially in this economy. You offer them a path to ownership with a contract. They pay you a higher monthly rent because they're building equity. They put down a non-refundable deposit, usually $5,000, $10,000, or $15,000. And then you basically say, hey, you got 24 months to perform in this contract. They're like, wow, I'm not throwing my rent money away. I don't have to qualify with the bank. And I've got this seller financing or this rent to own deal called a lease option or a lease with an option to purchase. Now here's what changes. They become an owner in spirit. It's a psychological play. They maintain the property because they're planning on owning it. They don't trash it. You don't have tenant buyer turnover every 12 months. And you're collecting $800 to $1,000 net more dollars a month instead of a couple $100. And on top of that, no vacancies or repairs. So if you do the math, now you don't need 17 to 25 properties. 5 to 8 properties with this model can replace that $65,000 a year income. Now, I know what you're thinking. I need money to buy those homes, but that's also not necessarily true. Okay, fact number 4, who is this actually serving right now? This is the beautiful part. There's actually huge demand for this rent to own thing because of the affordability crisis and people mistrusting of banks and high interest rates. Literally millions of people want to own their own home. They've got jobs, they've got credit, it may not be perfect, or maybe it is. They don't have a 20% down payment, but they don't want to throw their rent money away. So traditional banks will not help them, but we can. We bridge that gap with a lease option. You basically get paid on day one with their deposit, you get steady cash flow, you keep the property appreciating, and they get a path to ownership that actually works for their life. Everybody wins in this. It's a triple win effect. Now that's the whole market right now in one sentence. People are desperate for solutions that don't require perfection or massive capital. So is real estate worth buying? Yes, absolutely, 100%. If you're trying to do it the way your dad did it in 1995, the answer is no, that definitely expired, it's not working. The game has changed. Interest rates, prices, rents, they just don't align anymore, and you can't wait for them to correct. So if you're smart about it, and you use the strategies that actually work in 2026, real estate is still the fastest path to wealth. And lease options aren't some exotic technique. They're the answer to what the market is actually demanding right now. Now, if you want this information, you can download my free infographic.
So guys, again, Chris Kuhn is killing it. He killing the guys. He's spot on. I believe that lease options is the way to go, and he covered it very well. One second, get a text message. Yes, gotcha. So, what this does is it allows for the family or individual that wants to a long-term stay at a property, but it may not have the credit score or the profile that could match a bank, or they may have it already and they do not want to pay 6.25% of an interest rate up front, right? What they can do is they can do a lease to own, which is very simple, right? You get your purchase price. Now write this down real fast. Here's some game. Write this down. All right, here's some game, guys. Here's some game. It says, hey, what's up, Kiki? How you doing, baby girl? We definitely be connecting with you soon. Sounds good. Kiki, what's up, baby? How you doing, baby girl? I see you, baby. Shoot. Anyways, so what you should do, simple. Number one, when it comes to a property, here's what you do is look for properties that are long days on market. Why is that so important? It's because of the fact that typically you're dealing with a frustrated seller. A property that is on the market short period of time, they want to sell. Look for long days on the market. Now you might say, Dale, what are long days on the market? Good question. 90 plus days. 90 plus days. Because typically what happens a lot of the times is listing agreements are normally anywhere from 6 to 12 months. And if you're a 90-day time frame, you have a frustrated seller. So approach them with a lease to own scenario. Make sure you have your comms pulled. You can probably work with the roach on this one, which is fine. That's fine. But understand how this works. Right? So that is what you can typically do. Right? Once you find a lease to own scenario, what happens is is you approach the seller, negotiate a price point, right? And have it negotiated up front. Right? Negotiate the deposit, make sure that the monthly payment fits your budget, and voila, you're in there. Like swimwear. This allows for you to do as a buyer / tenant is you can get into a house, short to mid-term, long term, right? And the money's not going nowhere, it's going toward the equity in the house, right? And I would even negotiate a portion of your payment goes toward the purchase price. So that the money's going somewhere instead of someone's pocket, right? By doing that way, you now are putting skin in the game. Then at the agreed upon term, would it be 12, 24, 36 months, what it may be, typically what you can do is either go refinance it out. Now, know this, when you go refinance it out, you're going to have to understand what the rates are going to be. So what I would even ask, hey, if the rates are bad or if something happens, will you be open to a promissory note? Ask that question. Or a seller finance scenario. That's it. Put language up in there. Very simple, guys. Not hard. Now, if you are a seller, I love lease to owns. Because typically when you lease a property out, guys, that money that you get up front is a deposit can be refundable. In a lease to own scenario, it is not refundable. It's not refundable. So $10,000, $15,000, $15,000, which is normal. That's normal because they typically have to put down first, last month's rent, and the security deposit. So they understand the $10,000, $15,000. That's normal. But the good thing about it is you don't have to worry about it being non-refundable. Actually, be like 12 to 24 month scenarios. Now, make sure you have an attorney involved with this as well, also because of the fact that lease purchase or lease to owns are different in each state. And they have to be structured legally. Okay? Get a real estate attorney involved in this. Right? Get it structured. There it is. I would even say when it comes to actually collecting payments, I don't like collecting payments myself. I like a system. I would look at employing, if you are a seller slash landlord, really a seller in this scenario, a loan servicing company to collect payments for you. Why is that so important? Because you are keeping a record of the tenured payments of the leasee slash buyer, right? Let's say, for instance, at the end of the term, they can't refinance out because of live rates are too high. It makes them happen, right? I will convert that over to a note, right? Now I'm their bank, it's a promissory note, right? Now I would turn around and sell that note at a 95+% clip. Why? Because I actually have a loan servicing tenure there of a good performing note slash leasing, excuse me. I'm giving you the game. You better write it down. Better write it down. I'm giving it to you. Free of charge. Not hard at all, guys. That's why I love lease loans. But the key thing to, as an investor, to structure the right lease loan scenario that gives you the maximum ROI, because if you structure the right way, you get paid right up front, which is the deposit, during the tenure of the lease, the cash flow, and at the end when you flip that dang note, baby. Yes, sir. That's how it works. It's not hard, but you have to know how to buy right. That's why. This is the reason why, guys. To be honest with you, let me get rid of Chris real fast, guys. And I'm landing my plane. I'm landing my plane real fast. That's why, guys. This is the reason why I do this here. Let me get to it. If I can get to it. This is the reason why I give away a free ebook. It is free. It's called Distressed Property Investing. It is free. Don't want no money from me at all. Just scan on the QR code. Click on the link below. If you're on Instagram, there's a link right there at the bottom right there. Click on the link, click on it, and go download it. It's free. You make money in real estate when you buy, not when you sell. It's simple and hard. What's it going to cost you? Just time. That's it. Once you buy right, make that bread, baby. Make that bread. Make sense, guys? So I hope you help you guys out today. This was fun for me, which is pretty good. Next week, I'm going to go in a little bit into buying a property without using the bank. Ooh. Next week, I'm going to talk about buying a property without using a bank. Yes, sir. It is possible, and it's been done for centuries. Yes, sir, guys. But guys, anyways, guys, I hope I added some value to you guys. Hey, guys, real quickly here, we are starting a new series, guys, on Thursday called the Accountable Podcast, the interview series, guys. It is coming out, and let me give a little bit of a sneak peek of what's going on. Here we go. Let's get into it.
One of the many questions that I receive is, LaDale, how do I get into those rooms? Well, this interview series is just for you. So welcome to the room.
We on now. They respect us cause we on now. Money up, run a whole town, don't we? This power money can't slow down. Money won't slow down.
Guys, that's the Accountable Podcast interview series, guys, that's coming out, guys. This will be bringing on a real estate mogul, business mogul, faith-based pastor, politician, and we lean in, guys, and ask questions. So we have what we call a whiteboard section. What we do is we go through, we give the game, guys, on how they went from zero to where they are to get to that point, guys, which is very simple. Guys, if you ever want to ask me questions, guys, do me a favor real fast, guys. You can do this for me. I'm gonna do it this way for everybody in the back row. All right, hold on one sec, guys. Boom. If you ever want to ask me questions, guys, I am on the app called Manette. Manek, guys. It is a cooler app, guys. It's me messaging back. Send me a text message. You do a video phone call with me. Video message from me, guys. It's right there. It's a click. It's easy right there. If you want an expert, go there. But if you want to talk to me about marriage, real estate, business, finance, structure, scaling your business, what business to choose to go in right now, because I believe you should have your own side hustle right now. Do that now, guys. And also, real quickly, guys, if you wanted the distressed property ebook, guys, again, it's right there on the screen. Click on the QR code right there on the screen, or in the link below, guys. It's right there. Go get the free ebook. What you got to lose but time, guys. But time. Also, real quickly, guys, lastly, memorize these 2 words: digital banking. Let me say it again: digital banking. The banking industry has, in my opinion, and I'm using these words, it's my word. Whoa, they fell out. Wow, they fell out. But in my words, guys, is the banking industry is being deregulated. It's deregulated, guys. And so for me, that's a big thing for me, because of the fact that if it's deregulated, what that means is opportunity. You guys have heard of deregulation of electricity, deregulation of long distance, deregulation of the internet as well, internet changing. Whenever there's a change in an industry, there's always wealth transfer. It's never been done to banking until now. Guys. There's free information about how you can profit from this banking deregulation. Let me give you an example. Digital banking. What's an example of a digital bank? SoFi, right? Chime, Nubank, right? Venmo. Those are what? Digital banks. They're trying to increase their footprint, guys, and they want to partner with you and I to get that accomplished. Let me give you an example, guys. Let me give you an example. I don't know what happened there. But the average American, what they typically do is they swipe their card or use a debit card or a credit card at least 30 times a month, right? Well, 30 times a month. What if you were actually getting paid a nickel each time they swipe it, the debit or credit card? Now get this. Multiply that 1 American times 10, 15. 20, 100, 1,000. Do you see the power there, guys? It's very simple, guys. Click on the link below, guys, in the show notes, or on the screen. There's a QR code. Free information. It's free. Just go look at it. What you got to lose is but time. All right, guys. But guys, thanks so much for your time. God bless you. Hope you have a good week. I know I will. I'm gonna get it in with my bride. But guys, I hope I gave you some value. I'll see you guys next week. But you know I end it every time, but each time, guys, before you leave, baby. Why you can't see that thing? Baby, take a picture for your mom and them. Hottest partner. God bless you guys. See you guys next week. All right, y'all. Peace.
Bill Gates once said, banking is necessary. Banks are not. To what extent could AI or fintech replace traditional banks?
I think, first of all, I remember him saying banks are dinosaurs. I spoke to him about it in 1997, and he was dead wrong. He'd probably agree to that. But he's not wrong. The technology changes everything. And if anyone is complacent or arrogant or think that because you have a big position today, you're going to have a big position tomorrow, that's a mistake. But then you have to define, what is banking? Someone's going to have to hold the money. Someone's going to have to move the money. Someone's going to have to raise the money. Someone's going to have to do research, around money. Those services will still be around. And, hopefully we're doing it and using a lot of tech to do a better job at it. But I've always thought it's very possible that some tech thing, disintermediates a piece of that. And I've been writing about, big tech going to our business. We got fintech, but we also have big tech, and they will embed payment systems in there. I'm not against that. I would be against unfair use of their position to dominate us in a business.
That was the chairman and CEO of JP Morgan Chase, Jamie Dimon, talking about how banking is changing, and it's kind of a small threat to the brick and mortar banks. Banking is becoming digital, and you can see how he is responding. Now, it's kind of like the banking industry is deregulating. That term is not new. It's very common. Now, whenever there's a deregulation or a change in something, opportunity actually happens. I'll give you an example. The average American swipes their debit or credit card or uses their phone 30 times a month. Now, what if you were actually making a nickel per swipe as the average American goes about their day? Now multiply that total times 10 people, 20, 100, 1,000 people. You're getting paid per swipe. That's just one banking service. This is called banking as a service. And it's taking up a lot of steam. It's becoming very popular. If you want more information about digital banking or banking as a service and how you can potentially benefit from this type of deregulation, click on the link below or comment the word banking and I'll see you the information. You are one decision away from changing the entire trajectory of your life. Stay blessed and holla at your partner.
What's good, guys? It's your partner Dale here, man. Hey, I always say that when it comes to real estate, I think this is the best time. The next 3 to 5 years is the best time, in my opinion, to begin to invest in real estate. Whether you are a seasoned investor or a novice investor, this is the best time, in my opinion, to invest in real estate. Now, why would I say that? It's very simple. Whenever there is some stagnation within the real estate industry, that's the best time to get deals, right? Deals are what attract the capital, right? A good deal will always attract good capital. Now, what's a good deal? Well, I like buying distressed properties below wholesale. The skill to buying right is learning how to locate distressed properties in your city, county, or state. Now, the good thing about it is we are giving away a free ebook called Distressed Property Investing. We talk about different ways of locating distressed properties in your city, county, state, what to look for, who to call, things of that nature. It is free. Once you master this type of skill of locating distressed properties, you'll never be broke ever again because good deals attract the right capital. All right, guys? So to get the free ebook, click on the link below, scan on the QR code here on the screen, or you can DM us the word real estate and my team will get you out this free ebook. Again, it's completely free. Just want to get you this information so you can begin to get the bag while buying real estate. Stay blessed and holla at your partner.
Bless God, give thanks. Whoa. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Whoa. Bless God, give thanks. Whoa. Big God, big grace.